Welcome back to Stooge Stream. This is Making an Impact, your weekly Global Force Wrestling review / recap show. We're looking at the episode of Impact Wrestling that aired on the 31st of August 2017. I am your host, The Stooge. As always, I'm joined by the first male of professional wrestling podcasting, G-Banks.
What's happening, y'all? Just give me a second. Let me just get the right pose and filter.
Dude, are you seriously taking a selfie?
Yeah, I could just send Snapchat quickly.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Done. Let me just type a quick cute message. What emoji should I put there?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Right. Let's go.
We kick off this episode of Impact with Eli Drake and Chris Adonis arriving suited, cigared, looking like champions.
Yeah, I know, looking fresh.
Well, Eli
straight
looks
out of
like,
a 70 movie.
No, Eli looks like a champion in this awesome suit with his cigar. Chris Adonis looks like he just came out of Scarface. The most pimping 70s suit he could
Still
find.
look good.
Oh, it was pimping.
Yeah.
It was pimping. I missed the Pope because he would have called it pimping for sure.
Yeah, Pope would have started marking out just because of the suits.
Next up, we had Team MMA arriving backstage with Lashley. Jared and MMA have an argument. It's all about MMA versus wrestling by the looks of it.
I would disagree with you there, but for some reason with this promo package, it kind of looks like that. It seems to be MMA versus fucking GFW.
It does, doesn't it?
Which is stupid. It's one part of an organization versus wrestling.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Well, before we get to the rest of the show, because this is where the kickoff package is, this was your pre-kickoff package moment, we're going to do our own kickoff package. We're changing the show around.
Wait, we're changing stuff?
We're changing.
Why do you do this?
This is the all-new, all-different Making an Impact.
Tell me when you change stuff.
Well, I like it to surprise you. It's more organic.
I hate surprises. You know that.
I know. That's
I
why
nearly
don't
knocked
tell
out my
you.
grandmother at my surprise birthday party last year. What are you on about?
Yeah, I would have seen that. That would have been great. So what we're doing is changing things around. Instead of doing the comments and our comment of the week at the end of the show, we're going to be doing it at the beginning of the show. Since you guys are talking about the last episode of Impact, it's more relevant at the beginning rather than the end.
Makes sense.
So let's quickly go through and firstly say thank you to each and every person that listened to the last episode. We appreciate all of you.
We do.
And a special thank you to the people that commented, starting with Vincent is Valentine.
Do I get my card?
No.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Impact Wrestling by Anthem Al.
Doing well, I see.
Yours.
Katsu Shashin.
Vion Imerota.
Katsu Shashin again.
Again. No, we had multiple comments from multiple people, so we appreciate that. Cap, Space Calm, Bird versus Camel.
Still want to know who wins.
And of course, our logo designer, Alessio.
Alessio, hey, how's it going?
So what was your comment of the week this week?
I'll probably have to give it to Impact Wrestling by Anthem Al. On fire this week with that. I wanted the EC3 to win the gauntlet so badly. Same, but at the end of the day, another person got it and it was Eli Drake, so I'm not too shattered about that.
We did. And the rest of the comment was Eli Drake should be glad that I didn't fly over the ring and drop some hot poo on his head.
Which I don't really agree with because I don't want to see any hot poo. Yeah.
That's the...
Are you into that, dude?
I'm not into the poo.
No, is he into it?
Is he into the poo?
It's a she. It's a...
The owl.
Yeah, get it right.
And it's avian poo because it's a bird. Who knows?
Avian poo.
Avian poo.
Okay.
So my comment of the week is by
Katsuo Shoshin.
Tyrus? ?
Wait, your comment of the week is someone you can't pronounce their name?
I let you do it because it sounds so much better.
Thank you.
That's the one you're getting this week. Tyrus ? Who is this Tyrus you speak of ? It's always been Mahabali Shira going up against Congo Kong. That video package is all the proof you need. Lol.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ty and I replied with TYR ... Shira looks great squaring up against Congo Kong. That was.
I still don't know
really
who Tyrus is.
Who?
What's a Tyrus?
Who? Mahabali Hogan.
Yeah,
I know that guy. Yeah, Mahabali Hogan. Yeah.
He was there the whole time.
Yeah, it was never anyone else but Mahabali Hogan. I know that. You know that. The smart people know that. Like, come on.
It's not like there's a gun held to my head at this point in time, you know, forcing me to say all this stuff. Help me.
Now on with the show! And of course, let us know what you think of this episode. Drop us a comment either on YouTube or Reddit. And before I forget, our Reddit commenter, long comment guy, smart guy 297, thank you so much, and we hope all is going well.
Can't wait to see little Banks Jr. pop out in the world soon.
Or little EC3.
Yeah, we'll see.
Either way. So the show starts with suited and booted Eli Drake and Chris Adonis coming to the ring. It's suits and cigars and leopard print couches. It was sexy. Sexy, I tell you.
Full chub the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Doing it. He might be the champion, but he's still pissed. It took him 14 years to get this title. 14 years to give this man a title.
That's half my life cycle, you know that, dude?
Yeah, what is wrong with the wrestling industry?
I know, that's really depressing.
What is wrong? And why did you have to depress me by reminding me how young you are?
Yeah.
Apparently, he went cougar hunting last night.
This was probably my favorite segment of the night.
And drink some milk from plastic
Mummy milk. Get it right.
objects, yeah. That was great.
And cummies.
Oh, dude, he was so good. He's so good on the microphone. Then we had Johnny Impact interrupting. He wants a title shot. Johnny Impact, John Hennigan, John Morrison,
Captain Global Force.
Clapping Global Force.
Which is, I reckon, 10 times better than Johnny Impact. But whatever. Each their own.
It's just the dumbest name.
I hate that name.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And the commentators don't even put it over. There was a perfect point in the match later on where he does a corkscrew plancha where they should have gone, look at him making an impact. That's why we call him Johnny Impact.
And they don't even say that. Typical.
Anyway, Eddie Edwards comes out because he wants a shot, and according to him, he's higher up on the ranking than Johnny is. And the crowd booed, but you know what? I have to agree because he made a point. He is an ex-world champion around here. What has Johnny done?
An X-Division title.
An X-Division title.
Tag team title.
He's held some gold. He's held some gold.
And I'm not backing her up. I hated it.
No, we're just saying, like, he's made a point. Made a point.
Yeah, I can.
It was a valid point. Yeah. Eli tries to turn Eddie and Johnny on each other unsuccessfully. That was fucking awesome as well. That was
pretty funny.
So good. He's so good. But Jim Cornette comes to sort out the shenanigans. We're going to have a tag team match later tonight.
Wait, do it in Jim Cornette's voice.
Huh?
Do it in Jim Cornette's voice.
We're going to have a tag team match later tonight. It's Eddie Edwards and Johnny Impact versus Eli Drake and Chris Adonis. I do a terrible Jim Cornette.
No, it's so funny.
And whoever wins, whoever gets the pin on anyone. So if Chris Adonis gets the pin on one of the faces, he's number one contender. Doesn't matter who it is. If Johnny or Eddie get a pin, they're number one contender. If Eli gets a pin, he doesn't have to face it against any of them.
Yeah, he's scat through.
This is a pretty good stipulation.
Not a bad stipulation.
Next up, we had Ali and Taryn Terrell backstage. Ali's confused as to why Taryn's acting the way she is, and Taryn decides she wants to send a message to Gail Kim and asks Ali quite politely if she's happy to deliver it, which she is. And then Taryn proceeds to beat the shit out of her.
Well, she was, shoving her nose in, none of her business. So, of course, she's going to get beat down. Like,
she got beat down.
Yeah, simple as that, dude. Like, don't be nosy and you won't get hit.
And Taryn's funny and on fire as well when she's beating her down, going, "You're so annoying!
You're so effing annoying!"
So
smack.
Good. So in our first match of the night, we had Falabar and Mario Baccarat versus OVE.
OVE.
The Pretend Hardys. LAX was watching from the clubhouse for some reason.
Because they do.
They do, yeah, I guess. They just interlaid that for about 4 seconds for no reason. OVE boring. I'm sorry, I don't know why they're over. They are boring as batshit. I thought Mario Baccarat was much more interesting, and Falabar was much more interesting than either of the Chris brothers.
Well, look, the Chris brothers, they versed, in 2 weeks prior to that, they versed a couple of jobbers.
Yeah, no, you got it right the first time. What? Yeah, job, and jobber, and then jobs, and job.
Yeah, those guys. Anyway, Yeah, they versed them, and it was like, okay, fine, they're versing jobbers, whatever. So this week they actually versed two, decent wrestlers,
Talented wrestlers,
yeah, talented
yeah.
wrestlers, and they didn't really, yeah, you're right, they didn't really show anything.
These guys
like
are-
they're a good tag team.
Look, they have some personality, but look at their wrestling. They are basic bitches. They don't do anything spectacular at all. Their finisher was a hold-up neck breaker. Like one held up Mario Bocco, the other dude did a neck breaker. It's just a neck breaker. And it's not even a blockbuster or anything big. It's just a neck breaker. Like, it really wasn't... All of their moves were just very basic. Like, they're just trying to get over on whatever it is that they got over on the Indies. I don't know because I've never seen them. Maybe they are really good and something's holding them back here. Maybe that's the case and we just haven't seen it. But I was expecting so much more from this, and that was a huge letdown.
Man, well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see more of them next week. I don't know. I still think they look like Blink 182, so I don't know.
Yeah. I say the fake Hardys.
Yeah.
Next up, we had what was never going to be a letdown, and that's Jim Cornette and Moose backstage having a chat. Jim Cornette letting Moose know he's going to Triple Mania next week to be in the Rumble, but Lashley's going to be there as well, so he better watch his back. But before they got to complete their chat, EC3, the grand champion, comes in, puts his title down on the desk, wants to know who he's going to be facing, defending the title.
And why isn't you not at AAA either?
Yeah, and why aren't I going to Triple Mania? And he said, well, Jim said you're going to be busy. You're going to be facing Phantasma for the Grand Championship. So that should be interesting. And EC3 asks, when did that happen? And both Jim Cornette and Moose replied in unison, oh, you didn't know? Well, your ass better call somebody. Road Dogg got a shout out on Global Force.
And my reaction is literally the same reaction as EC3's.
Road Dogg got a shout out.
Why?
Because he's Road Dogg. Or
Why?
you didn't know?
He dead?
No.
Oh,
He's a booker in WWE.
okay.
Next up, we had Caleb Connolly and Petey Williams' first match back in Global Force Wrestling, the Canadian Destroyer himself. So, if you're only new to Global Force, you probably don't know that Petey Williams is a multiple-time X Division champion, multiple-time tag team champion with Team Canada back in the day, and the creator of the Canadian Destroyer, the most devastating finish in wrestling history. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I could definitely say I agree with that. I've put away a couple of people with that finisher before.
That's actually not a joke.
No, yeah, this is probably the only time I'm not spitting
Yeah,
shit.
we'll drop kayfabe for 1 second. No, he was a wrestler at one stage, and his finish was the Canadian Destroyer. That's why he's my friend.
Yeah, no, that's the only reason he put me on the show.
Yeah, pretty much. You
Yeah.
could do a Destroyer, dude. You can be on any wrestling show you want. But going back...
So hey guys, if you ever
Yeah,
want to be on a wrestling show,
yeah.
kids, just do a Canadian Destroyer to one of your friends.
and don't kill someone.
Yeah. Nah, you got to be safe when you do
Yeah.
it. And yeah, Petey Williams does it
Oh, he's
spectacular.
so good. So this is a match from, obviously, Petey Williams and Caleb Connolly. Caleb Connolly turning heel in that match with Sanjay Dutt and Trevor Lee. Petey Williams been making his return to Global Force. Now they're having their little face-heel feud one-off match thing,
Yeah.
which puts Caleb over as a heel, of course. And, well, Petey's just... Little Petey Pump, he's the best.
Little Petey Pump.
This was a really good match. I thought this was great. Like, these guys are both really fluid. They did the whole X Division thing without going over the top. There was some great wrestling in this. Trevor Lee came out and did the annoying heel.
It wasn't annoying.
He did the annoying distraction heel thing.
It wasn't annoying. It was more of like, tactics.
Look, basically Trevor Lee made an ass of himself. That's what he was doing.
I don't know. I saw it differently, but whatever.
But even with all of Trevor Lee's making an ass of himself, one Canadian Destroyer is all it takes, and Caleb Connolly is done, because it is Canadian Destroyer!
God, you love that finisher, don't you?
Dude, it is the greatest finishing in just look at it. You could hurt someone legitimately with that. And not only that, it is a flashy move. Like, there's no getting around that. But at the same time, it's so spectacular, and it was invented in our generation. Like, Petey Williams is one of our guys.
Yeah.
And he did it in our... Like, it is just so good.
No, fair call.
Yeah. So Trevor Lee jumps Petey after the match while he's distracted. Caleb tries to get in on it as well. Sanjay Dutt runs out with a do-rag on for the save.
Two-pack Dot.
A 2-pack dot. I like that. That's good. 2-pack dot.
Yeah. Dude, he came out with a do-rag as if I'm not going to roast
Such
that.
a do-rag. And he comes in for the save. So that was pretty cool. Next up, we see standby wrestler Richard Justice backstage.
Dicky Justice.
One of the producers comes along and lets him know, you're getting the match.
Maybe it's his big break.
What's your name? Where are you from? How much do you weigh? 205. The guy just looks at him. He's like, 295.
No, let them bleep out his weight. Yeah.
Great.
That's what I thought was funny.
It was good. This dude knows how to act. It was well done. Before we get to that, though, we had Sienna and Taryn backstage having a bit of a chat, which Karen Jarrett
Rudely
interrupts.
Rudely.
She wants to talk to Taryn, and Sienna says, anything you want to say in front of her, you can say in front of me.
Damn straight, girl.
She goes, good. Well, next week, Gail and Ali versus you and Taryn. So that should be interesting. Sienna and Taryn, I think, are going to make a formidable tag team. And, of course, Gail and Ali should be over as...
All I can say is, what's her name? Karen Jarrett made a big mistake, asking them two to wrestle with each other.
Yeah, they're going to be a powerhouse team, I think.
I'm telling you right now.
Karen may have made a mistake putting them together.
Big mistake.
Out of, context for a second, speaking of Karen Jarrett, how much better has she been over the past couple of weeks? She's been way less annoying.
Yeah, actually.
Way less annoying.
Much more less annoying than usual,
Yeah.
Which is alright. Like, you don't have to hear that voice the whole time.
Yeah, she's just been, okay.
Mellow. Yeah.
Mellow, yeah. I think Double J's been doing all the yelling for her.
Oh, I was about to say Double J be giving her that good dick.
Ooh. All right, so Richard Justice comes out. He doesn't know who he's facing. He can barely get his way down the ramp. He gets in the ring. And oh my God, is he in trouble because Congo Kong's music hits.
You're going to see a guy die today.
He just gets mauled by Congo Kong. There's a point where the Congo Kong just holds his hand out and Richard Justice runs into his spot. It's done so well that Josh Matthews starts laughing on commentary.
That was
and you hear JB trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
and the dude just laughs like he can't help himself.
That was pretty funny, actually.
That was great. Look, Congo just beat the shit out of him and then gave him a top rope splat.
Pretty much.
This is a comedy match.
This is these are my type of matches.
This is your type of match. I thought the characters were great. I thought they both worked really well. I really enjoyed Richard Justice stopping at one point to quickly stretch and then try again.
That's where you got right into the fist.
Yeah, that's so good. Congo Kong's just a machine, and he's got that, as we discussed in the last episode, that aura about him. He's something special. As he starts beating up Richard Justice some more because, well, fuck it, it's Richard Justice.
Yeah.
Mahabali Shira runs in for the save. Mahabali Hogan pulls it an inch away from doing the Andre the Giant spot and pushes Congo Kong after a brawl out of the ring, who still lands on his feet though. Congo Kong still hasn't gone off his feet.
Dude, you really want that spot.
He's going to do it.
I know he's going to do it, but you really want that spot.
Yeah, just do it so we can get it over with and move on. I can see what you're doing. Cool. I don't need 3 months of build-up.
I've seen it already.
And again, Mahabali Shira.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Johnny Impact doing an interview with Interview Bot backstage. He cuts a decent, very quick promo. Johnny Impact is still a dumbass name.
I like Captain Global Force better. I still don't know why. I gave him I even gave him the idea for a mad theme song.
Dude, at this point, Captain Global Force, it can't be worse. It literally can't be worse.
Dude, literally could have had a better gimmick.
Yeah.
Could have sold shirts.
Johnny Impact.
Johnny Impact. What the hell?
It's so dumb. All right, so we had an LAX Clubhouse promo. This is just Conan cutting a promo about the Storm versus Loki match coming up later on in the night. Conan is just a monster on the microphone.
Practically said to show that redneck drunk a lesson.
Yeah,
That's what he told
go
me.
out there and kill him. It was good. So next up, of course, is that match. It's Loki versus James Storm. Loki, of course, joined by LAX. He's got all these...
So he should.
His lackeys.
These Brodies.
This is a numbers game played by LAX was the story of the match. Didn't matter how much offense James Storm got or how close he got to winning. LAX kept playing the numbers game on him, with Ortiz distracting him, Santana hitting him with the tag team belt, Conan distracting the Hebner. Well, anything can distract a Hebner, but
yeah, no, some great usage of him to tactical waiting.
It's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
It's not a thing.
Well, we saw it like 3 or 4 times.
It's just called strategy.
It's TW.
It's not a thing.
Strategy is, again, a broader thing, and TW is its own thing.
It's not a thing.
It definitely is a thing.
It's definitely not a thing.
And it's proven week in, week out it's a thing.
Absolutely not a thing.
Well, ask the fans that. So
yeah. No.
Well, they seem to see it different, but whatever.
So after a myriad of distractions, Loki gets the win with the Warriors Way after the second time he executed it on James Storm. Interestingly enough, on a sidebar, Loki has been released from Global Force.
Ooh.
So this may be his last appearance. We may see one more in this set of tapings, but that's about it for Loki.
Yeah, see you later, Loki.
Loki's having trouble keeping a job down in the past few years. He has been released from TNA, WWE, New Japan, one of the Mexican companies, I can't remember. He's been released from a lot of places. He's getting a bad reputation.
Well, I heard he's been hard to work with. All the forums and stuff say he's actually very hard to work with.
Yeah,
if he doesn't get his way, he gets pissed off.
And that's not good.
And that's not how the business works.
It's not good for you, dude.
And it's a shame because he actually is talented wrestler.
Loki's uber talented, and I think maybe it's time.
That's what I think gets over his head. He's like, oh, I'm so talented, I can do all this. It's like, no.
I think he might need to just go away for like a year, take a year off from the business, go do something else, and then come back. We had Ali and BS backstage, Braxton Sutter. Garza Jr. just happens to walk past and sees Ali's been hurt, and he's like, are you alright? BS takes it the wrong way and turns into the jealous green giant.
Jealous green giant.
And Garza Jr. is just like, alright, buddy, I didn't rip my pants off, relax.
Should have said that. That would have been funny.
That would have been. I mean, that's the only way he could have topped that. If he's like, BS started following him, and he's like, "What are you doing talking to my wife?" He's like, "Wait!" and then rips his pants off, throws him in his face, and then runs away.
That would be funny.
We had a GFW versus MMA Fate of Lashley promo. Jim Cornette cutting a promo over interlaced footage of the ongoing proceedings. Jim Cornette is fucking so good. It's just such a shame he's not going to be on every... Like, I know after this set of tapings, he's not going to be on every episode, but they're going to use him sporadically and stuff. But holy crap, that dude has not lost a beat. Next up, we had another backstage package. It was Grado, Park, and Laurel. They're organising the wedding, getting everything set. It's all building up to that magical moment. Grado's so happy he's getting his visa. There is one hitch, though, when they ask where Laurel's family's from, and she says Victoria. And they say, Victoria, Wisconsin? And she goes, no, Victoria, Canada. Turns out we picked this, 2 months ago?
Pretty much. When it was all happening, yeah.
The look on Grado's face.
No, the look on
Park.
yeah.
Dude, they are so good.
Had me in tears.
Man, Abyss is a giant ham when he plays Joseph Park.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
so
much.
great. Grado's a giant ham all the time. And Laurel's just playing it so well.
I was actually wondering, I was like, what are they going to do with Joseph Park? Like, who are they going to, what is he going to do after with this whole JB feud thing? But, this whole Grado and Parks thing is actually working very well.
Bing, 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 bing. And that brings us to another new segment. Fantasy booking. What are they going to do with Abyss? That's a great question. I'll solve that for you really simply.
What?
So you have, let's say, Eli Drake picking on Grado. You're not supposed to be here. Just leave. Why are you here? And, Joseph Parker's like, we don't want any trouble. We don't want any trouble. It starts in scuffles and all the rest of it, and Joseph Parker's just like, I don't want to don't leave, I don't want to touch you, I don't want to fight. And as soon as he gets his hands on someone, he delivers a black hole slam. And then just like, what happened? Like that whole story arc again, but a lot more compressed. And And you have Grado, like, rather than EY over weeks going, like, trying to break him and trying to make him realize he's Abyss, you play into his dual personality, and you have Grado going, like, let the monster out. Let him out. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And just hands him the mask. He's like, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
We need a win, sort of figure. I can see that happening.
And next
Well,
week,
that's what they did with when they first turned him into Joseph Parks. Yeah.
so similar to that, but just compress it really quickly. And then the next week, instead of Joseph Parks music hits, it's Abyss. And he just comes out,
okay.
does a cross arms, an angry face.
No, okay, alright.
And Eli Drake's just like, sells it. No, he's not supposed to be here. Where's the fat tubby one? Where's your brother?
Get your brother out here.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think Eli and Chris Adonis could sell that as well. So there you go. That's what they can do with Joseph Park.
Yeah, well, it's a shame we're never going to get, hired to book.
We should.
Yeah, I know. Pay me, bitch. No.
Or just steal our ideas.
Yeah, no, still, I don't care. You can do that too.
Clearly, that's,
What you're doing.
yeah, with the whole Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Next up, we had Lashley and MMA in a sit-down interview. MMA was discussing what Lashley should be doing.
Dude, you can't keep calling them MMA. You have to stop.
What's MMA?
It's not MMA. It's literally if you're saying the whole organization is going up against Global Force. That's not happening.
Really?
If it was really happening, Global Force would be in
Really?
would be in shambles right now.
Really? During this interview, MMA even says it feels like this is wrestling versus MMA.
I give up. I don't know where to go.
Thank you, MMA. You made my point.
No, don't fake it.
Thank you, MMA.
Stop faking
MMA.
Stop faking MMA and stop shadow boxing too.
Thank you, MMA.
Jesus Christ.
He said it, dude. He said this feels like it's wrestling versus all of MMA.
Yeah,
I'm
and he
like,
said-
yep, thank you.
He said a lot of
Thank you.
He said a lot of other stuff too. That
Thank
was
you for listening
questionable.
and selling my lines.
Idiot.
Fucking thank you. I honestly don't know the guy's name. I don't give a shit.
Something Lambert.
MMA.
Yeah, MMA Lambert.
MMA Lambert. And MMA cronies.
They're all just called MMA.
Right.
Who's Bobby Lashley? It's just Lashley
MMA.
MMA Lashley.
MMA Lashley.
Bobby MMA.
Now that'd be a match. Bobby MMA versus Johnny Impact.
No, Bobby MMA was Captain Global Force. Get it right. That would be actually. I would watch that. And you know what? Actually, no. I won't get into it too much.
Oh, well, that leads us to our main event, and it's Eli Drake and Chris Adonis versus Eddie Edwards and Johnny Impact /
Captain Global Force. He's a hero. No.
Somebody commented on your song. They appreciated it.
Woohoo.
Yeah, so
Oh, thank you.
this is great. I'm going to call it now. This is match of the night for me. Straight off the bat.
Whoa.
No questions asked.
Whoa.
There was some great moves from everyone. There was some great character work from everyone. Thought there was some fantastic chain wrestling. Eli Drake was at first selling the story of he didn't even want to tag in his own partner because if the guy got the win, he's the number one contender. And then
He realized he had to tag him.
Give
He needed him.
him,
He
yeah.
needed him. Yeah.
there was a whole lot going on in this. I thought
And you know what? The match was unpredictable.
it was because you didn't know what was going to happen. Like they could have done it to put Johnny Impact
Yeah, like
over.
there was 3 ways it could have went.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 ways if you want to add like the Chris Adonis bit.
Yeah, there's it literally could have
Yeah,
gone either way,
yeah.
and there was a good story in any direction.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
But they throw a complete curveball in it by letting Eli Drake get the win with what he calls the gravy chain, that modified sidewalk slam that he does,
Gravy train.
which means that he doesn't have to defend against any of them, which was great. Because it's you could have honestly just gone, yeah, cool, that dude's number one contender. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards is number one contender. I'll buy that. Chris Adonis gets it and they have a feud, turns Eli face and Chris Adonis heel. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I could have bought anything, but I wasn't expecting Eli to get the win and not have to do any of it.
Yeah. But instead, now he versus a hippie next week.
He does. So after the match, we had MMA come out.
I'll let that one slide. I've just had enough. I
You've
can't
had
keep.
enough?
I can't keep fighting it. If he admitted, if old mate MMA Lambert admitted it,
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
MMA, dude.
I
You
can't. I can't.
So they were being led by Bobby MMA. Started cutting promos on everyone. So it looked like for a moment the heels and faces were going to team up, which would have been very cool. They're about to hit the ring before Jim Cornette comes out and tells Lashley, like, hey, get your bitches in line. If they keep getting out of line, you're getting suspended. They can't touch anyone. You know that. Fuck, pull your head out. You're going to Triple Mania next week. You don't want to be suspended. Like, what are you doing, clown? And you could see Lashley going like, oh, yeah.
Hold him back.
And his boys were about to go. And he's like, no. Jim Cornette just blows off MMA. He's like, fuck off, clown.
Yeah.
By the way, Mr. Drake, I haven't forgotten about you. Next week, you're going to be versing the person that beat Bobby Lashley, Matt Seidel.
Yeah.
And an extremely stoned Matt Seidel hits the ramp.
Dude, I haven't seen someone that stoned on TV since Snoop Dogg's podcast, and that wasn't even on TV. It was on YouTube.
Dude, he was fucking high. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey guys.
As someone that's both of us that are great free, what is it?
We're very green
Friendly. Yeah, we can appreciate Matt Seidel,
I swear
but at the same time,
there was a moment he was about to like point at the title and go, see, it's got green on it like me.
why are we even fighting dudes when we should be fighting the real corporations, which is the man? Shut the fuck up, hippie. Get a real job.
Oh, dude, his eyes were glazed.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Glazed
He's just standing there doing the, yeah.
Literally me at every music festival ever. Not gonna lie.
But no, I am looking forward to that, though. I think these guys will mix it up really well. And I've never seen that.
No.
Have you ever seen Matt Seidel versus Eli Drake?
Nope. I don't think they've even met each other besides,
No.
since working now with each other at Global Force.
This is so cool. Like, Global Force are literally giving us new and interesting matches every single week.
Yeah.
Johnny Impact, we've never seen him in Global Force other than his 1 or 2 appearances now. So him versus Eli Drake and Chris Adonis and tagging with Eddie Edwards. And, dude, there is just some cool stuff going on.
And you know what? I'll give them one thing for Global Force. They're actually sticking to their words. So, like, Johnny Impact, big name, right?
Yeah.
He could have any title on the show, right? And you wouldn't complain because it's like...
He's a Grand Slam champion
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Triple A. He's got 3 titles.
Yeah, but he comes to Global Force and they're like, no. You have to, work for it. You were in the gauntlet. Yeah, you're in this, tag team match, but you still got to work for this, and you still not, you got to work for your chance. It's not like we're gonna hand it to you, which I appreciate. It's like, all right, yeah, let our boys go be over instead of other people that come in.
Yeah, damn straight. And not only that, like, finally giving Eli Drake the title proves that Global Force is going in the direction of we're going to put the title on people who deserve it. He's scrapped, he's clawed, he worked his way to get over himself.
Yep.
Nobody gave that dude a push. He fought his way to a push. And he deserves it. Somebody like... he was been in the business 14 years, and nobody's giving him a title. How dumb is that? People like using Johnny Impact to enhance Eddie Edwards, which is their guy. Eddie got a great point on him. I don't care if the crowd booed. The crowd booed just because Johnny Impact's really over.
Yeah.
I get that. He's cool, and he's great moves, and I love him. He's a great wrestler. But he made a great point.
Yeah.
It's like, I've been the world champion, dude. What makes you number one contender?
I said 100% agree. I don't like Eddie Edwards, but I agree with him 100% there.
Yeah.
He's our guy, and we'll back our guys.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I might have some disagreements with this company, but still our company.
Yeah.
That's why we do Global Force Wrestling.
I think Richard Justice is awesome as well. He's a character.
He's questionable.
And, dude, I can tell you the story arc. Like, I even said it when we saw his backstage thing. I'm like, this is what's going to happen. And you and Fee both laughed at me, and then that's exactly what happened. He's going to get squashed by Congo Kong this week. EC3 is going to start picking on him. It's going to last for about a month. EC3 is going to squash him in a match or 2. He's going to, like, beg for a rematch. And EC3 is like, oh, cool, I get a night off. No worries. Yeah, we'll have a rematch. Let's do that. And then he'll win, and it'll actually mean something. Yeah.
It's a great underdog story.
Yeah. I thought the return of Petey Williams was amazing. Caleb Conley's... He's a great wrestler.
He is. He's
a
definitely
great wrestler.
And I don't think you realise he's actually packed.
Caleb Conley.
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't know.
No, he's packed.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't notice. He was wearing short shorts. Yeah.
he's hanging.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and I ain't gay either.
Yeah, but it was just
No,
that.
it was there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
there. It hit me in the eye nearly.
And Petey Williams, dude, that Canadian Destroyer is so sick. So sick. The only letdown of the evening, and I only think half of it was because I really enjoyed Falabal and Mario Boccara. I think over here, just fucking boring.
I'll give them one more week, and if they haven't proven themselves, then they can go back to singing shitty 2004 songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Go do a cover of All the Small Things.
Yeah.
But look, if they pull out a spectacular match, I'll probably turn around on them. And I don't know if it's they're being held back or if they... I might have to look up some of their indie matches. Like, I don't know why these guys are over. I don't know why the crowd loves them so much because...
We even got some fans too that like them.
Yeah.
In our comment section.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, absolutely. And like, explain to me why. I'm not... Just at this point, other than the masks, the characters they're wrestling is really plain. Like, there just wasn't anything there for me. Like,
Yeah.
It's too plain.
Yeah,
It was...
no, I agree with you. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with you.
It was just basic moves. Like, there really wasn't... I mean, even in previous matches, their finish is just a high-low kick.
Yeah. Like, they've got their characters down packed.
Oh, absolutely. But they're wrestling. Look, I would rather... And I'm a huge fan of Dean Malenko. He's the most boring bastard in the world, but the greatest technical wrestler of all times. You know, I know you're not supposed to talk about him, but I love Chris Benoit. Again, somebody else that didn't have a lot of character, but was such a technical master that's what got him over.
Yeah, 100%.
Eddie Guerrero was another one of my favorite wrestlers. His technical master. Like, you've got Roderick Strong over in NXT at the moment. Blandest dude in the world. His entrance is literally a 2005 SmackDown vs. Raw create an entrance. And it's the one that it sets up for you that you edit that you just like could be fucked.
Yeah. I remember that one because it's funny.
He speaks in a monotone. Like he screams and it's the same volume as when he's talking normally. He's just so bland, but he's a great wrestler and I appreciate his matches. He's just never going to get over his character. Like it's, I don't know, like over here you've got the opposite problem. Like great characters, like cool masks, great characterization. They know what they like as far as their character work goes. It's great, but their wrestling is just boring, just bland. And again, it might be that they're just building up to do something spectacular. And in that case, I'll take all of this back and I'll eat my fucking, words. But until then, pretty bored with them.
I'm sitting on the fence just because in case they do pull something out of their house and then I can, jump down your phone like, dude, I've been there since day one. Hopefully, we'll edit that part out. So
Not gonna happen.
Not
Not gonna happen.
Fuck.
Not gonna happen.
Don't speak with your mind open. God damn it.
So that's it for this episode of Making an Impact. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. What do you think of OVE? What am I missing? What was your match of the night? Because flat out, mine was Eli Drake versus Chris Adonis. Yours?
Mine was Congo Kong versus...
I shouldn't even bother asking. Let us know what you guys thought below. Until next time, I've been your host, The Stooge.
And I'm the exciting and spectacular G-Banks.
And don't forget, adventure, excitement, Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution. Quick, one more selfie before the show ends.
No,
one more selfie.
No,
Quick.
take it. Wait, kidding?
Oh, that's good.